Welcome to Technology with Mike. This show is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network at techpodcast.com. If it's tech, it's here. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Over 70,000 titles to choose from for your iPod or MP3 player. Visit audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike for your free book today. And now for your host, Mike Tartaglia. Hello, hello, hello. It is time for Technology with Mike. From Central Massachusetts, I am Mike Tartaglia. Welcome to the show. I'm here to make technology and the internet easier to understand. This is show number 77, recorded on Sunday, October 24th, 2010. I want to thank everybody for listening and downloading the show. I really do appreciate it. We've gotten some great listener feedback on the show and some great suggestions. I do appreciate those. You can contact us via email at techwithmike@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/techwithmike. And on Chumley, the social media super site at chumley.com/techwithmike. And of course, visit our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/techwithmike. You can subscribe to the show via iTunes and the Zune Marketplace. You can see past shows by going to, or either subscribing at iTunes or by going to techwithmike.mevio.com. That's our video provider. And you can also contact us on our voice mailbox number. It is 508-372-0123. That's 508-372-0123. Call us for some, give us suggestions for the show, for some show topics. Just comment on the show or just call and say hi. We'll, if you have any computing tips, internet tips that you'd like me to share on the show, I will do that. So that's it for the introduction. Now I got a special guest today of a new and innovating website called Aboutme. His name is Ryan Freitas, co-founder. How you doing, Ryan?
Very well, Mike. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great on a Sunday morning. I'm really excited to have you on because I don't know if there's any other sites out there that do what you do, but maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what is Aboutme about.
Well, great. I'm Ryan Freitas. Obviously, you just said that, but I'm from Aboutme. I'm one of the co-founders. Aboutme, if you guys pull up the site, you can see it's a custom splash page and personal analytics dashboard. What that really means is that we're trying to make people look great. We're trying to build out their identities online. We know that people have blogs and Twitter feeds, and they've got Facebook pages. They've got other things that they're using to represent themselves, but there's maybe not one place that they can put all those things and point to with a clean, easy-to-use URL that's either in their bio feed in their Twitter or maybe at the signature of their emails that lets people know exactly where they are online and what they're doing and what they look like. We think of it as kind of like a baseball card where you got your face on one side and your stats on the back. It works to kind of represent yourself, but also gives you a bunch of data, a bunch of kind of personal feedback around your behavior online, as well as who's visiting you and what they're doing when they actually check you out.
Oh, so that's interesting. So do you know who's checking you out, or do you?
Well, no, we don't reveal who's checking you out, but we do tell you a bit about what they're doing when they get to see you. So they get to your page and they're looking at your Facebook pictures, or they're checking out your Twitter feed, and then they decide to follow you from Aboutme, and we can make that happen. We can actually tell you all about the kind of interest that you're garnering from other people.
So if I went to right now, we're looking at the page, just your main page. But if I go to Aboutme/Ryan Freitas, I'm assuming.
Or Ryan Chris.
Oh, Ryan Chris, that's right.
CHRIS. You can also go to Aboutme/Ryan.
Okay, let me do that, and then so we'll see what they show about you. Okay. So that's a great idea. Put a picture of yourself. I did that yesterday with mine, and I didn't like the picture I put on there, but I put it on there by mistake. I'm like, how did I do that? That was so it's a little bit of information about you, and then and if someone wanted to email you, that's great. So
what we're trying to do is put the things together about your identity online that you want to put forward, not necessarily what everyone else has about you, but to allow you to curate it yourself.
Oh, that's interesting. So, is this public yet, or?
Well, we're currently in a beta stage. So we built out the product and we've been allowing people to reserve their names and get in via an invite process. And we've been rolling through those names, trying to get people in and get feedback on the product.
Yeah, because
So
I
we'll
think
probably be out pretty soon, but for the time being, we're kind of more in a testing and early beta stage.
yeah, I mean, for my page, I just took my picture out I put in yesterday, but that's a great idea to have a picture of yourself of the whole page. Because
Well, we figured we'd get some people to show off what they look like and what they can do with the capability. It's not just about pictures of yourself. It's about we have photographers putting up pictures of things that their subject matters and portraits. We have people taking a look at and putting up projects that they're working on. And it's a little bit more about what they're passionate about. And if they want to represent themselves, they go ahead and they put a big headshot.
Yeah.
We also provide a bunch of custom dashboards. Sorry, not dashboards. Custom backgrounds that allow you to play with really good artist interpretations of what to use that space for.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you say people can reserve the URLs. How long does it take for someone to get an invite to the site?
Right now, we're trying to roll through them as quickly as we can. We had a really huge number of people get in on the first day to reserve their names, so that a lot of kind of common names are unavailable. I mean, we have that problem with name collision, but we're still trying to get people their invites as quickly as we can. So there's some people clamoring for them, and I'm happy if anybody wants to email me, Ryan@Aboutme. You've been waiting for an invite for a little too long. I'll be happy to get you to the top of the list.
Yeah, tell them Tech when Mike sent you.
Absolutely, tell them Mike sent you.
So it's interesting what you're trying to do here. How is Aboutme planning on making money on this type of a service?
That's pretty much the first or second question after, when can I get in, that a lot of people ask us. We have got a couple options, actually. One of the first is that we're going to be a registrar for the .me domain. So we'll be able to actually hook you up with your .me domain after you sign up for an About Me profile.
Interesting. Are you exclusively the registrar, or?
You're not an exclusive registrar, but we will be a registrar, which there are, only a few that the Montenegrin government have allowed to be registrars.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we'll be able to use that as an opportunity to make some revenue.
Oh, good idea. That makes that brings up a good point.
We love our partners at the .me domain. They've been wonderful to us, and we love working with them.
Cool. It's always good to have.
What
was the country from ME?
Montenegro.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So how big is About Me right now? How many companies?
Team is about 7 full-time guys building out the product, and then we have 2 wonderful contractors that we've been working with for quite a while to kind of help us on the front end side and design.
Are you currently hiring? Not for me, but
No. We're not currently hiring, but we always talk to folks who can potentially add value in the future.
Cool. So people have their personal page.
Yep.
What kind of things is integrating with other services like Facebook or Twitter or what is it, Blogspot? Are you doing integration like that?
Well, what we do with any of the integration that we do is we allow for those services to be represented on the person's page. And then they are able to provide a link, and then we show a little bit of a preview of what content lies behind that link. So we pull in a bit of your Twitter feed, and we pull in a bit of your Flickr photos. We pull in some recent updates for your Facebook status. And we try to give people a taste before having to click off into those individual things. So from one single page, they can browse through a lot of your recent contributions online and get a fuller idea for the person that you are.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's neat. Okay, I noticed that the profile stats on the page, that's in beta. When is that being released?
That'll be probably perfected by the time we go out for our public launch. It's one of those things where the larger the community is, the harder it is to pull enough data quickly to have them remain fresh and always be consistent. We actually released a pretty great update earlier this week that saw a significant increase in the frequency at which we're pulling that data and bringing it in so that it should look fresher for people who've been monitoring it for the past couple of weeks.
Ah, interesting. Okay, well that's great news. So what kind of feedback are you getting from your users?
We're getting awesome feedback. One of the great things about releasing a product in the days of Twitter, as I've been through this a couple times, you get huge amounts of people who really want nothing more than to both share their excitement about the product and tell you the directions that they think it should go. So one of the things that we like is the fact that people are telling us exactly which services they want us to add so that we know what to prioritize and what not to. We're also getting, feedback on exactly how things should, save out, and people want to be able to reorder certain things. All of this goes into our design process. We're huge fans of data-driven and feedback-driven design. So we tried to get the beta to be more about putting it in people's hands and seeing what their reaction is, and hopefully turning that into really powerful stuff for the design in the next stage.
Well, what are people doing? I mean, see, they go and create their profile on Aboutme,
Yep.
and what do they usually do after the fact? They get it all set up. How can they promote themselves?
Promotion is actually part of what Aboutme is about. We're trying to get people to understand that their stats go up the more people see things. So if they get a link to the profile from their bio link in Twitter, or if they put out a status update on either Twitter or Facebook, or most importantly, if they put it in the signature for their emails, they've got something that is a representation of them. If they've got a big picture of themselves, they've got a way for people who they've never met to actually know what they look like, as well as get a feel for who they are. So we think the secondary actions after setting up a profile, the piece where people are really promoting the fact that the profile exists, is going to drive both our users' engagement with the product as well as the value that they get out of it.
This is really interesting because I just thought like celebrities could use this for
We're
promotion of
really
themselves.
looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah, because headshots of celebrities, as long as they don't have the same name as someone else.
We have some great early adopters, both within the music industry and some authors as well that are coming in. We're hoping to be able to provide them exactly what they're looking for with things like Facebook fan page integration, and just giving them an opportunity to put together the services and the profiles that they want to have.
Wow, I see a lot of potential on this one. I'm going to enjoy this.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, well, no, thank you. I mean, this was, I think when did you guys come out in beta? I think it was a couple months ago, was it?
We got announced about September, first couple of weeks of September. The first piece of writing came out about us, which was at TechCrunch.
Yeah, that's where I saw it, and then I said, "Oh, I need to contact you guys right away because this sounds like a real winner."
Well, we've been blown away by the number of people who have reserved their names already, and we're really looking forward to getting it in as many hands as we can as quickly as possible.
Well, what sets this aside from the Google profiles?
Well, from one standpoint, it's just simple design. We definitely tend to differentiate based on our ability to create both a simple experience in terms of setup. My background is entirely in user experience design. We spent a long time within the team figuring out exactly all the things we could strip away to make the process for setup as quick as possible. We also tried to make it a really elegant product, which I think is something that Google is not really able to do right now. I know folks within Google, I know folks at YouTube, and they're wonderful designers. The products that Google releases are generally very functional, very utilitarian.
Yeah.
You can put links on a Google profile page, but there's not much in the way of self-representation. And we're trying to aid and make that as easy as possibly can. The other piece of it is that we're not tied into everything else you do with an account. We're a single service. We are not tied into a social graph. We're not Facebook. We're not your Facebook profile. We're not Google. We're not associated with your search terms. We stand kind of at a meta level above all those different things, and we try to be singularly about identity.
Wow. As you're talking, I see more and more situations you can use this. I mean, what you're talking like, politicians could use this. Celebrities like fashion models or whatever, something like that. They could use this service.
We're really looking forward to the possibilities.
Wow, man. Well, good job. Great job on this. I'm really liking this, and I'm gonna set up my signature and my email as soon as I get my picture the way I want it on the site. I don't want people seeing a bad picture.
No. I mean, what we're hoping is that people, they're not so much they're not seeing a bad picture, but that they're representing themselves the way they want to be represented.
Well, exactly, and that's what I mean. I don't want to represent myself with a bad picture.
No, exactly.
Okay, Ryan. Well, this is great. How can people contact you again?
They can get me at ryan@about.me. And if they would like to, if you want to get an invitation in early, make sure you get your name reserved at about.me as quickly as you can. And, when you do email me, tell me Mike sent you.
That'd be great. Okay, Ryan, thank you very much for joining me on Sunday morning.
Thank you, Mike.
You take care.
You too.
That was really, really interesting. I'm excited about that service. And anybody who wants to keep their identity and the if they want to keep your identity on the internet, you want to go and get go to about.me, type in your email address, type in the URL that you want. It could be like I got about.me/Mike Tartaglia. Get your name now. Reserve it. Tell them that I sent you. Tell them the Tech with Mike show sent you, and they'll get you on the top of the list. That was really cool of Ryan. I really do appreciate him being on. Before we get started, I got a couple little things I want to talk about at the end of the show. But before we do, I want to talk about our sponsor, Audible.com. They're the leading provider of downloadable digital audio books, spoken word entertainment. They have speeches. They have everything that you can go and download. They have over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod or MP3 player, for your GPS unit if it uses MP3s. From every genre of books, science fiction, thrillers, drama, comedy, business, history, self-help, bunch of stuff. Right now, I'm thinking about getting a book called, if I can show it on the page here, it is called What Technology Wants by Kevin Kelly. This provocative book introduces a brand new view of technology. It suggests that technology as a whole is not a jumble of wires and metal, but a living, evolving organism that has its own unconscious needs and tendencies. So that sounds like a really cool book. It's narrated by Paul Bomer and written by Kevin Kelly. I'm going to put that on my list on Audible. That can be yours for free today. That book can be yours free if you go to audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. That's audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Get that book for free, or any of the other 75,000 titles. And you sign up for a 2-week trial. If you decide not to keep the subscription, you get to keep this book for free. No strings attached. audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to talk about. It's a sad moment for Google's information service called Goog 411. That's scheduled to be discontinued. Boo! Discontinued November 12th. Now, they haven't really said why they're discontinuing it, but let me explain what Goog 411 used to be, or it still is until November 12th, so you can try it out now. If you call the toll-free number, it was 800-GOOG 411. There's also local numbers, I think, for depending on where you are, but they ask you what city and state, they ask you for the business, but you speak it to an automated service, and then it goes and finds the system. Now, I've had okay luck with that when I've used in the past. I've actually gotten strangers on the phone because I didn't know what it does. It goes and dials the phone number for you too. But I've gotten people I don't even know. I asked for a pizza place and I got some guy in, I don't know where it was. Wasn't the pizza place, but they improved it over time. But I think what their business model was, and I'm getting this from Wikipedia.org. It says Google has stated that company originally implemented Goog 411 to build a phone me database from users' voice queries. This phone me database, in turn, allowed Google engineers to refine improve the speech recognition that Google uses to index audio content for searching. Now, so they're trying to improve their indexing for searching, and because that's what Google does. They're in the advertisement business, the ad business, and they use searches from the users. Even though they're going away with Goog 411, I think it's still a good idea because they can use that technology in the transcriptions of your Google voicemails, because Google Voice can transcribe your emails and send you a text message with what the person said. So I'm assuming they can use they were trying to use that to improve the Google Voice as well. And they're going to be, they search inside those messages for keywords. I would assume. Anyways, it's a sad moment. I know a lot of people that use the Google 411. So Google 411. See you later. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is one of the reasons why we haven't had a show in a few weeks. First of all, I want to apologize for that. And second of all, I am adding an additional show to this mini network I have of shows. Right now we have this one show, Tech with Mike. I'm going to be doing a 5-minute news tip video in front of, I can't show you right now, but we got a screen script set up here. We're going to be doing a little bit more professionally done video. So it took a while to get the lighting ordered and everything and the equipment. I'm almost there. I want anybody that has suggestions for these types of shows. You can probably base it around like if you look at Revisions 3 Geek Beat TV with Callie Lewis, it'll be similar to that, I think. Probably not as professional. I mean, I don't have that kind of cash yet, but it is what it is. I'm just going to try to get you guys the content that I feel that you guys need, and anything that you guys suggest that you guys want to be put on the show. It's all about the content. I mean, the quality is a good idea. If I can get a good enough quality show, that's great, but the content is key for any type of a video cast or podcast. So send in your suggestions to techwithmike@gmail.com. I really appreciate anything you guys have to say. But all good shows have to come to an end. So until next time, remember, contact us at techwithmike@gmail.com. Find us at twitter.com/techwithmike, facebook.com/techwithmike, chumley.com/techwithmike. But until next time, help you later.